everybody, it's Mary here, and I am the lady behind the lens at Mary Breuer Photos. And today I wanted to pop in with a video to share with you some of my favorite tips and tricks when it comes to preparing for your family photo shoot. Now I know that this is the prime time. Right now people are getting their family pictures taken, holidays are coming up, so again we're talking about planning a formal family photo session, not one that you're just going to take on your phone, but when you actually hire somebody out, and some things that you should keep in mind to make this the best experience possible for you. So I'm going to give you 5 things in this video that go over what I actually tell my clients when they call and discuss with me what they would like to do for their family shoot. So let's get into it right away. Number 1, I always want to know what are your intentions. And what I mean by that is, what do you want to do with your photos when it's all said and done? Are you looking strictly for digital copies that you can make Christmas cards with? Are you looking for something a little bit more, like a wall gallery that you'd like to decorate in your home, something in your dining room, something in your living room? Or are you thinking to yourself, maybe an album might be something that I'd like to do in combination with the digitals? Really, what is it that you're wanting to do with your family photos beyond just capturing the moment? See, we always are like, oh, we want to capture what's going on with our families, which is important, but at the same time, you're going to be investing your time and your money into this, so knowing what you want at the end of the day is going to set you up for a few things. 1, your expectations. It's going to help you find the right photographer, and it's going to help you follow through with what you're looking to do at the end. So starting with what you want to have at the end, how you want your experience to be, is going to really help guide you with every decision after that. So number 1, set your intentions. What do you want? Like Noah says to Rachel McAdams in The Notebook. What do you want? Okay, so that leads me to number 2, finding the photographer or portrait studio or person that will actually fit what your intentions are. And when you're thinking about your intentions, if you write down some of these things, like, okay, I would like to have somebody who can do albums, somebody who can help me with this. Listing out those intentions is going to help guide you to the right photographer, as well as what do you want your photos to look like? Are you somebody who likes to have things be more out in the open, outside, where you guys are looking at each other and laughing and not really looking at the camera? I'm not going to say candid photos, because I think candid photos are a little bit different than lifestyle photos. Lifestyle photos are more of a photojournalistic approach, something where you don't really notice that the photographer is there and there's very little direction or guidance. For some people, they love that. And for others, they're like, no, every time I do one of those photos or photo sessions like that, I tend to not really like the way that I look in them. And I'd like to have some photos where my family is looking, or somebody who could maybe do both of those things. So setting those intentions, as well as talking about budget. How much are you looking to pay for these images? Because here's the deal. Photography comes in so many different shapes and sizes as far as services and what to look for, that it's really good to know, talking to your spouse and figuring out how much are we willing to spend on this prior to calling out into your photographer land and getting those referrals to really know where to start looking for a photographer. So when you're looking for the photographer, I always like to say the best place to start is obviously knowing what your intentions and your budget is, and then the second thing to know is who to go to. So who do I even pick for a photographer? And I would say ask a friend. Ask a friend that you trust. Maybe they've had some pictures taken recently that really attracted you to them, that you're like, hey, who did you have do your family photos? I would stray away from, just randomly asking or just randomly Google searching, because you're going to be searching for a while. You can certainly do that if you'd like to, but I always like to have a nice friend referral or somebody that knows somebody, because they'll give you some true insights to the way that this photographer or portrait studio works, for you to know, does this meet what my intentions and expectations are for my family photo shoot? So that's number 2. Number 3, once you set your intentions now, you found the perfect photographer who's going to work for you. The third thing you need to do is you need to figure out what you're going to wear in your pictures. So a lot of times I find that moms are generally the ones that are making these decisions and hiring the photographer and getting all the things sorted out. So what happens is that mom will generally pick out her kids' outfits first, then she'll find something for dad, and then she'll leave herself for last. And then what ends up happening is that it gets to be a struggle because women have a little bit more shape to them than men do, and we're, well, frankly, just a little bit more picky with ourselves. So that's just the truth of the matter. And so what happens is that we kind of feel like, well, this will work because it coordinates. I don't want you to do that. I want you to do things a little bit differently by, first of all, taking a look again around your house and going back to your intentions. Do you want these to be displayed in your home or not? Because if this is just for a Christmas card, then I say dress up Christmas style. So do like a flannel or a pair of jeans, or dress in red and green and make it a full-on Christmas card that's just going to go out and be a family update. Is this something that's going to go up onto your wall? Then I would not dress in Christmas attire because that's not going to have a timeless capability or versatility for you. You're going to want to pick something that's going to coordinate with what you have in your home. So thinking about, what does my decor look like and what do my walls look like, and what outfit or color should I pick based on your home, depending again on what your intentions and expectations are. So if you're like me, I'm the type of person that, I love a good Christmas photo, and there's definitely photographers in our area that offer lots of mini sessions during this time of year. In fact, if you'd like a referral, I'd be happy to give you some great photographers that I know that are offering some of those things. And would be a great fit for you to just get that Christmas card going, especially if it's a tradition. I love the tradition. But if you're somebody who's like, well, I want to make my, budget stretch a little bit, and I'd like to have a good Christmas card photo, but I'd also like to have something for the wall. Then again, going back to my advice before, pick something for your wall then and just put it on a Christmas card. That's the easiest way to go about it. Now, once you have figured out kind of toning wise, am I going to go Christmas themed, or I'm going to do something for my home or for an album that'll match into my house or coordinate and with my house, then you moms, if you are watching this, because I know 80% of my audience is women, you have to pick your outfit first. That's number 3, is mom picks her outfit first. Find what you want to wear first, because it's so much easier to find things for children and for men than it is the other way around. And I know it feels super awkward to think about yourself first, and maybe it feels like not right because you maybe feel like, oh, well, that's pretty selfish, but it's not. It's not selfish, because if you're not happy and you don't feel good about what you're wearing in your portraits, then you're not going to be able to really enjoy the experience as much as you could enjoy it, knowing that you feel good about what you're wearing and that you look good and you feel confident in what you're wearing too. So, mom first. Number 4 is define your expectations. So maybe you want to have a really great experience, you want to have as least amount of stress as possible, but there's these things called kids that sometimes we have to really realize if this is a good expectation or not. And the same thing goes with services. So I'm just going to back up to number 2, which is finding your photographer. I'm just going to be real frank with you. The more services a photographer offers, typically the more expensive a photographer is going to be, because it's more time that they're putting in and giving to you to help you. So back to those expectations really quick. If you are looking for hand-on-hand help, maybe you struggle with this. Maybe you're like, I have no idea what to wear or what to do, and I want my makeup done, but I don't know how to do my makeup. I've heard that that's good to, put a little extra on for a photo shoot. If you're somebody who struggles a lot with that, and then just coordinating outfits and like putting it all together, maybe hiring a photographer that's on the lower scale of a budget might not be the best fit for you, at least until you get more experience, is what I say. But having somebody to help you along the way and hands-on might be a better fit, but that will mean the price tag is going to go up a little bit, because this photographer is going to take a lot more time to walk you through the process. There's photographers in our area that are on both ends. I will definitely say I'm on the end of working with people who don't like being photographed, who struggle and get super stressed out when it comes to having their pictures taken. And I've also worked with clients who have done it multiple times, but they just like to have the added services and bonuses on because they want to have even a better experience when it comes to taking pictures. But there's definitely great photographers, and I'll add that on there, that work that aren't as hands-on and are just a little bit more free energy there, if you will, with it. So it just really depends on your personal taste and your personality and what really you're looking for, and budget. So that also implies that as well. So with that, defining those expectations, making sure that you don't have this expectation as a parent, especially with young kids, that everything's going to be absolutely perfect. When you focus so much on what everybody else is doing, and not yourself, it really, really adds a lot of stress. And I know it's really hard not to do. It's really hard to not worry about how Jimmy's going to act, or how Calissa or Carissa or whoever your child's names are. I'm just making things up, just using as an example. But when we're so worried about everybody else and we're not taking responsibility for our own attitude and for our own self, it really does affect the way that our experience is going to be in the photo shoot. So a lot of times I say I'm, 5% photographer and 95% counselor when it comes to taking people's pictures, because I have to kind of walk them off the cliff a little bit and help just calm and reassure. And that's a lot of what my job is just reassuring and being the confidence that people don't have, at least in the time and moment when it comes to taking the pictures. So again, that also is an expectation of a photographer, whether they're very experienced or not. So somebody who's very experienced will have the training and helping guide you along. So, again, it's a trade-off. The more services you do on your own, the more stressful it is going to be. But some people, like I said, can do it with no issues at all. And so I strongly encourage you to just, again, define those expectations. So that leads me to number 5. Because you've set your intentions, you found the great photographer, you've already got your outfit picked out first, so everybody else's outfit's good. You've, reevaluated, like, okay, I have a responsibility to control the only thing that I can, which is myself. Then that means you have the freedom now to enjoy this, because all you have to worry about is you. Truly, honestly, that's really what it comes down to. So the better attitude you have about it, and the less yelling you do at your children beforehand as you're trying to get ready, the better experience it's always going to be. Because here's what typically happens in a scenario is that moms take on all the burden. Dads, truly, some of them will help out a lot, and some are just as scared or not very confident in front of the camera, so they don't want to do it. It's something that they don't particularly like doing, and I think the majority of people don't necessarily enjoy having their photos taken because it's such a vulnerable experience, and you kind of have to relinquish control to somebody else to capture the best of you, and that's a very scary thing. So what happens is that mom then takes on all the stress, and then the day comes and she's running around like a chicken with her head cut off, screaming at everybody. So that's the memory that's being created around family photos, and our job here at the studio is to stop that. We noticed that because I'm a mom myself, and I noticed right straight away that I would get my intensity and stress level would go through the roof as I'm, giving everybody their marching orders. And so that's what they associate with a family photo shoot. Mom goes bat crap crazy, and this is not fun. So I've taken that and I've problem solved. How can we make this a better experience for our clients here? So I'm just going to give you a little rundown of what we do here at the studio, and then So I'm just going to give you a little rundown here at the studio, and then I'm going to tell you guys about a really special promotion that we're running right now until the end of the month. So how we work here at Mary Breuer Photos is we have mom in mind, which means when you book a photo shoot with us, we start with what's called a pre-shoot consultation, where we go through all these things. What makes you nervous about having your photos taken? What do you want to do with your photos? We go through your intentions, and we really set up a whole package and custom experience to what you want, tailored to what you need and that fits within a budget. Again, depending on, we might have to scale back a little bit, or we could, go further if you'd like. It really just depends on what your intentions are and what you want to do, as well as what your budget is. So either way, though, it doesn't matter. We've worked with people that have a lower budget and people who work with higher budgets there. So with that being said, we do that pre-shoot consultation. The second thing we do is we offer hair and makeup services prior to your shoot. And let me back up. One more thing we also offer is for families to come ahead of time to get to the studio, to drop off their wardrobe a few days prior to their shoot. And we do all the steaming and the lint rolling and take that off your plate too. So that way, when it comes time for your photo shoot, you and whoever is getting hair and makeup services done, yes, we include hair and makeup with all of our photo shoots here at the studio, so it's a really great bonus. But you get to come in with, maybe it's your daughter, or maybe it's just yourself, and have an hour to yourself to just let us take care of hair and makeup for you, and gives you a chance to relax before the rest of your family comes. Then we have your family come and meet us once we're all done with that. So that way they literally get to show up, you're happy, you're relaxed, and you're feeling beautiful. And then we take these images and everybody has a great time. It's really not stressful. In fact, I can't tell you how many dads have shook my hand and said, this was the best photo shoot experience I have ever had, hands down. And that means a lot to me, because that means that we've created something that's usually a nightmare scenario, and we've turned it into something that's actually enjoyable and fun to do, something that the kids look forward to. And our kids love the studio here. They feel like they're such in a special place, and they feel really special because we've done a lot to our studio to make sure that you feel at home and welcome, and that it feels like, a little extra treatment here at the studio. So then the photo shoot happens. I guide you through all the poses, and I take care of taking care of the kids smiling and if they're looking, so that way you just get to relax and let us do that for you. We have a family videographer who comes in and takes all the behind the scenes, so you don't even have to take your phone out to try to do that yourself. You truly just get to absorb all of the things that we do here at the studio, all for you. And then the last thing is we give you full control. Yes, we give you full control over what images you get to pick at what's called your ordering or reveal appointment. So you come back to the studio, or we do it virtually with you, and we actually help you pick out photos where I can be that best friend that says, I really don't think that's your best smile. Maybe this one would be a little bit better. We can also do composites. That's probably the most beautiful thing when you have a small family, is everybody looks great but that one kid. Well, you know what? We could even take a head swap and put him on a different picture, or on the picture where everybody else looks good, and create something custom for you in that way. So we have so many options, full service. We help you design albums, we help you design your walls, and we make it super easy by being that partner for you. We get to come alongside you and help you out every step of the way, which helps alleviate the stress. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to take all the stress away, but we definitely help out with lifting a huge burden off of mom's shoulders. So that way, this crazy nightmare of a photo shoot turns into a super great experience, because you have a team with you to help make sure it happens that way. So now, what's that $99 promo that she was talking about? What that is we normally require a $397 deposit to book with us. We actually don't have a sitting fee. In fact, we include the cost of myself, my videographer, and my hair and makeup artist into all of our products and digitals that we provide for you. So you don't have to pay a sitting fee and then some. Everything you pay when you make a deposit goes straight towards your final purchase. So we normally require a $397 because we want you to walk away with at least a display of some sort from your shoot, so you can feel confident that you'll be able to walk away with something. But we know that it takes a little while to build a relationship sometimes, and for us to be able to coordinate with you. And we've got some people out there that I'm sure who would love to get in, especially in 2021. And give this as a gift and a way to get in with a lower deposit requirement. So our $99 promo is just that. Our $99 promo takes that $397 requirement and we drop it to $99. You guys, you can't even get your hair and makeup professionally done in this town for $99. But what it does is it secures that whole experience that I just talked to you about. So you pick out your date, and it's valid for January, February, or March. So it's not for this year, but for next year, which will give you a little bit of time to, coordinate your budget plan and all of that with it. So it's $99. And then on top of that, this is probably the best part, is that when you purchase our KISS collection or a wall display with equal value, we're going to give you $500 off of that final purchase. So if you're interested in learning more about this and getting into it, please just fill out the link below. So click on that link, fill out your information, and what that's going to do is it's going to kick you our price list right away. Pick what kind of shoot you're looking for, and this is valid for family or beauty sessions. And then what we'll do is we'll send you a price list right away, and we'll get you on the phone. You can actually schedule a free consult to talk to me, or I will be giving you a follow-up call to make sure that you've gotten all the information and to answer all your questions, because we want to make sure that you're fully educated on everything before you make that commitment of even that $99. We want to be very, very sure. So, and then we want to pick out a date that's going to work for you too. If you're interested in learning more about that and finding out, is this going to be a good fit for me and my family, then fill out that link below, and we'll be reaching out to you very, very soon to follow up with you on that. I hope this video was helpful for those of you who are planning a family photo shoot yet for 2020. And if you have any questions and you want any clarification or you need some more tips or advice, feel free to reply to this and let me know. Bye, guys.